You think the bottom's crispy? Don't doubt it. It's always crispy. Look at that. I'm not playing, guys. That's crispy. I want pizza and I don't have portion control. I want an entire pizza to myself. So let's make a giant, low-calorie, high-protein pizza with nearly 100 grams of protein, and we're gonna make it a barbecue chicken pizza, baby. The secret of this pizza is it's gonna be a wet dough. It's not gonna be a hard dough that you need to stretch out and knead. It's gonna be a wet batter that turns into a pizza crust when we bake it. 70 grams of flour. You can't make a low-calorie pizza crust that's really good and not use flour. The flour is so important. It adds chewiness, it adds the texture that we want, but it's not gonna rise because this is not self-rising flour. We need a little bit of baking powder. And we also need a little bit of coconut flour. This bakes completely different than regular flour. We only want to use 12 grams. Let's talk about the difference between regular flour and coconut flour. Regular flour gives you that classic pizza texture, that chewy crust. Coconut flour is not like that. It absorbs way more liquid than regular flour, so it gets drier quicker. It's also very dry and crumbly, and the texture is completely different. It's not chewy like regular flour. So if you just use coconut flour, things are just super crumbly. It's just not that good. If you just use regular flour, things are great, but very high calories. So if you mix them, you use mostly regular flour and a little bit of coconut flour, you can't really tell the crumbliness of this, but it helps absorb all the wet ingredients, and the regular flour can do the heavy lifting of creating that chewy texture that we love in pizza crust. A little sprinkle of garlic powder, because I like flavor in the crust. Pinch of salt, and then a little bit of oregano for some more spice. Now give your dry ingredients a mix. We need to do God's work now, cracking 3 eggs. This is the hardest part of this recipe, cracking eggs and separating egg whites. I have a 2-bowl technique, which is useful when cracking multiple eggs. You crack. No. Thank God it didn't crack. Oh my God. I thought I messed the first yolk, please. Yolk, garbage disposal. It's hungry. Anytime the egg white is safe, you transfer it to your clean bowl. That way, if you mess things up, you don't mess up all your egg whites. Like imagine cracking 2 egg whites perfectly in here, having the 2 egg whites, yolks are gone, and then the 3rd egg you crack in the same bowl, yolk splatters. I would cry. To your egg whites, you want to add in 140 grams of Greek yogurt. This is going to add even more protein to this recipe. And you can't taste it, I promise. Now mix this up really well. You want to mix these 2 ingredients together because the egg whites are kind of hard to mix in on their own into the dry ingredients. But if you get them combined with the Greek yogurt and break up all those clumps and chunks of egg whites, they stick together. They're just globbed up. You see what I'm talking about? Like you see this streak of egg white? You got to break that thing up, get it in there. The Greek yogurt has been combined with the egg whites. I don't see any streaks of egg whites. Let's dump it in. Get a spatula and start mixing this together. We want to form a wet dough. Don't worry about over mixing because the more you mix, the more gluten forms and the chewier the texture gets. So just go hard. Also a good time, preheat your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. I don't even know if ovens can get that hot. Let's spread this out. I have a giant pizza tray, 16 inches. This thing, body dysmorphia. Parchment, the edges keep curling up, it's so annoying. Vanilla extract, baby. Plop it right in the center. We're gonna spread it out nice and gently. We need to prep some toppings. Red onion, it belongs on barbecue chicken pizza. The faster you cut it, the less time you spend with it, the better it is. Peel off that outer layer because it has some of that weird stuff that we don't want. We can preserve the good stuff though. There we go. This we don't want. Whose dog is barking? I'm filming. Cut it into strips like this. Separate these out. These can go on the pizza. I also want to use a handful of mushrooms because mushrooms are so good. They're meaty, their texture is perfect. I'm actually crying. I spent like literally 20 seconds cutting onions. It's painful. I'm like ultra sensitive to onions, and my mom, like, she could literally chop onions for days and her eyes are fine. I don't get it. I didn't get the genetics from her. Oven's ready. Pizza's going in. 10 minutes. We just want the crust to get golden brown and form, then we'll chop it off. For the chicken, you could use chicken breast, but I find deli meat chicken breast is so much easier than cooking up chicken breast for pizza, and it has so much protein, it's so lean, and it's not bad for you guys. Don't worry about the sodium. Just get some good quality deli meat chicken. It's tasty, it's thin. 224 grams of this is gonna go on the pizza, plus this is the best cheese. Mexican blend, Fiesta blend, party blend, 3 cheese blend. So much better than just using mozzarella when you're making a barbecue chicken pizza. You want the orange stuff, okay? And G. Hughes is anywhere but in this house. We're using Sweet Baby Ray's. First time I've ever bought this hot sauce. Excited to try something new, okay? You gotta step outside your comfort zone. You gotta step outside G sometimes. Need a little break from him. I'm kidding, I love you, G. I want you to be my father. That's what we want the crust to look like, nice and golden brown. It is nice and crispy. Ooh, that's hot. Let's top this thing off. Give the barbecue sauce a good shake. Got a good layer of this going in. Give this a good spread. This is only 60 grams. I'm gonna top it off with a little extra though. I wanna drizzle a barbecue on top so you know exactly the pizza. Going with some chicken, I just like to tear it up like this. I'm gonna put a little bit on now, and we gotta get the protein in, you know? A little bit of mushroom. The more the better, always. All right, I'm gonna stick a little bit of chicken in there for aesthetics. Just wherever I want it. And just finish this off with cheese. And use the rest of the cheese that I had saved up. There we go. A little bit of diced red onion right on top for color. Do you think the bottom's soggy? You're doubting me, huh? Tell me. Leave in the comments, do you think the bottom's soggy? Come on, you're playing. Look at that. Crispy golden brown bottom. Toppings are not fall. Okay, maybe. Okay, I'm lying. Toppings sometimes might fall off. 880 calories for the entire pizza and 95 grams of protein. That's nuts. This thing's gonna fill you up. It's gonna be a ton of protein, and it's relatively healthy and way better than any other pizza. Check out my cookbook, link in the description. There's more pizza recipes in there, even lower calorie pizzas than this. There's cauliflower crust pizzas, so many meal prep recipes, so many sweet recipes, so many savory recipes, and I'm always updating it. So if you buy it once, you get the future updates free. Ooh. Let me know your favorite pizza toppings. Barbecue chicken is up there. Buffalo chicken might be number one. But if I'm keeping it simple, olives, roasted red peppers. So good. Cheers. That's good. Listen to the crunch. Sweet Baby Ray's doing pretty good. G. Hughes, you got competition now.